Hi, my name is John Mcluckie and I'm doing a brand new series on mental causes that can cause physical illnesses or disease or issues. So a lot of people don't actually believe that it's the mental problems that cause physical issues. They believe that it's something else, and it may very well be. But there's a lot of times where it's actually a mental problem. And I mean mental problem by as in they haven't been able to express emotions properly. Um, and in this first one, I want to talk about the thyroid. Now, statistically, women have 10 times more problems with their thyroid than men. Now, Louise Hay would very much say that is because through the generations, how many times has a woman's opinion been absolutely squashed? And you can see it in so many of the cultures that are still living today. Women have not had the right to express themselves. And how many times have we been brought up with that old chestnut of if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. So you could be very much well feeling so much anger and frustration, but you're not allowed to, you haven't been able to express it as a child. So as an adult, the same pattern sometimes happens. And a really good example of that is I had a lady in here, and unfortunately she had thyroid cancer, and it was pretty much at the very last stages. She actually got to a point where she could hardly even speak at all. And it was a very, very long chat that I had with her. And when we found out when she was a little child, she was very much in a big family. She was never listened to. She was never allowed to have an opinion. Her parents just worked because they had to support the big family, the lots of kids, and she was in a position where she felt so helpless and so angry, and it was the anger that was bubbling up, and it wasn't allowed to be expressed out, so it got stuck right here. And even when I was talking to her, the thought of her childhood, and she was just going red, and the rage, the absolute rage, and it was all the emotions that were up there, and it was just so bottled up. So there's a lot of releasing that needs to be done. If a woman's got thyroid problems, or a man's got thyroid problems, anyone, well, then there's a lot of releasing. There's so much built up emotion that's bubbling either in here or in here, and it gets stuck here. It just can't release. I had a very beautiful QHHT session once, and she came in with thyroid problems, and in the end, her higher self actually, when it was healing it, she was actually lying in my office, and I'll never forget this, and it said it was moving all the energy, and when it was moving all the energy, I could actually see it on the side of her neck, and it was the size of like a baseball or an orange or something like that. It was huge. It just manifested and all came up like that, and she was arching her back, and I thought it must have been so painful for her, because I thought it was actually going to like stretch her skin or something, and then she just went, and she just blew all the energy out, and from that moment on, just all that energy released, and it just changed her life. So if somebody is having thyroid problems, please do the mental work, even if they don't think or believe that it has got anything to do with emotions or anything like that. They will feel so much better. So thank you so much for listening, and I'm going to do some more on this series on different mental causes that may cause physical symptoms. So thanks for listening.